When my son was about 2 years old, there was one morning in December, he was desperately trying to communicate something to me. But at that point, he had a pretty limited vocabulary, and so this conversation was just restricted to a few words and incessant pointing on his side of things. Over and over, he would look at me and say, "Dada, shirt. Dada, shirt." And I had no idea what he was after. Despite my best efforts, I could not figure out what he was saying. And then so I was like, yes, this is my shirt. And what about it? And he's like, "Dada, shirt," over and over. And so I'm beginning to wonder, did I spill coffee on it? Is there still some breakfast last on it? And then I was even starting to get a little worried. Does my favorite flannel shirt now have a rip or a tear in it somewhere? And he's pointing this out. And after looking over the shirt, it appeared to be in good shape, and yet he still incessantly repeats, "Dada's shirt, Dada's shirt." And at this rate, I knew we were only headed in one direction. If I didn't figure this out quickly, one or both of us was going to end up in tears out of frustration, and that wasn't going to be good for anybody. Finally, a thought crossed my mind, and it seemed downright silly, but I had already passed all the reasonable ideas why he would keep chanting this at me. And so I just stopped and I said, "Simon, do you want my shirt?" And I asked that, and I started to take it off, and I held it up to him, and his face just lit up. That was it. He wanted to be like his daddy. He wanted to dress like me and be identified with me. And so for the rest of that morning, my little boy is tripping around the house wearing my flannel shirt. Sleeves balled up so that his little hands could poke out, and he's just the happiest kid in the world. Now, for some size reference here to kind of understand what he looked like, that'd be like me wearing a king-size blanket up here and trying to walk around and do things. But he was just the happiest kid that could be, and I felt pretty good about it too, that my kid wanted to do that. As followers of Jesus, should identify with God the Father through our thoughts, words, and actions. If you're a note taker, this is a great time to open up the Roots page or open up our One Church app and be able to follow along with us. Followers of Jesus should identify with God the Father through thoughts, words, and actions because God the Father wants his kids to dress like him and to be like him. We're continuing with our Gospel of John series, and our topic this morning is, who is your dad?